As one of the participants at Lima 2025, FGV is presenting a range of integrated digital and also logistics solutions, reflecting its growing interest in supporting the maritime and also aerospace sectors. And of course, with a focus on innovation and collaboration, the company aims to explore new opportunities, engage with stakeholders, and expand its presence in both regional and also global markets. To talk further about this, joining us this morning is Azmi Yaakob, Chief Strategic Communication Officer, FGV. Azmi, thank you so much for joining us. First of all, what are the key objectives for FGV's participation in Lima 2025, and how do they basically support your broader strategic direction?
Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good morning, Najib. For today, we are actually doing a live telecast from Hall A at the Masuri International Convention Center. This is actually our 8th participation for FGV Holdings Group for Lima 2025, and we are here as a group, and a lot of people know FGV Holdings Berhad as global producers of crude palm oil, but not many know that as part of the offerings for the group, we are also offering the integrated digital and logistics solutions for our business partners and customers. So for the 8th time this year, 2025, we are participating again under the group, showcasing 2 of our main business divisions. This is actually done through our 2 main subsidiaries, FGV Prodata Systems Sdn Berhad, as well as FGV Transport Services Sdn Berhad, basically offering integrated digital and logistics solutions for our business customers who are actually present here at the exhibition, as well as the global and regional players of the maritime and aerospace industry. So we hope that by having this kind of presence, we actually create more visibility on the FGV as a brand, as a global brand rather, and also trying to actually create awareness in terms of the logistics and digital offerings that FGV can offer as a company itself. So it's a double sword approach, Najib, in terms of showcasing our brand and creating more awareness on the offerings on digital and logistics as well.
Yeah, since you are there at Lima 2025, help us to understand better, because are there any specific technologies or platforms or services in that sense, being highlighted at this year's exhibition in regards to your own services itself?
Will do, Najib. I think as I mentioned earlier, I think our focus this year is actually on logistics and the digital solutions. And I think as you may know, we are actually quite mature in other industries for FGV itself, but we are actually very new in the maritime and aerospace sectors when Lima is concerned. So I think this is where we actually have a presence here in Lima this year to further explore this new market, especially on maritime and aerospace industries, in providing the related integrated logistics and digital solution as a whole. So I think some of the highlights of our technologies that I perhaps could highlight today, especially in terms of our digital solutions, offered through Prodata Systems Sdn Berhad, include the bridge simulator, ataupun simulator jambatan untuk Navy vessels navigation. This is actually solely done for vessel of the Navy in terms of navigation, providing simulations of the bridge, as well as the action speed tactical trainer, which is actually a simulator used for the warfare tactical training as well. So these are some of the highlights in terms of technologies that FGV Prodata Systems, our digital solutions arm, in terms of providing these offerings and services to the current and potential business customers who are actually present here at Lima itself, not just for the regional players, but also for the global players as well. And I think for the transport itself, I think some of the highlights that we're actually offering in terms of technology would actually include things like the multimodal transport operator, which is actually integrated logistics solutions under one contract or provider, our transport management services, distribution center services, as well as our international courier services. So these are some of the highlights, Najib, in terms of our specific technologies and platforms that we're actually highlighting at this year's Lima.
But how does FGV, see exhibitions such as Lima help local companies, benchmark against global standards and, uncover new business opportunities?
Yeah, I think that's a very good question, Najib. I think it's very important for a local company like FGV itself to further create their visibility and business presence, especially at a global platform like Lima itself. Basically trying to prove that we are as capable as the other global players in terms of offering the logistics and digital solutions as well. So that's why we are here, and I think it's also important that we prove to the world that we are actually capable as well in terms of our technologies, in terms of our innovations, and we'll be able to actually compete with the other regional and global players in terms of our technologies, in terms of our innovations. And I think the platform of us here, being here, meeting face to face with our business partners, would actually enable us to speak to them directly in terms of understanding the requirements for the solutions, in terms of technology, in terms of innovation. And I think the hot topic of the town nowadays in terms of how we can actually integrate the ESG elements or sustainability elements into our product offerings and services as well, Najib.
Yeah, Asmin, what's your hope and FGV's hope in terms of how might the exposure and also interactions with clients, B2B, business to business interactions at Lima 2025, from this event will influence FGV's future product development or market strategies?
Yes, definitely. I think we have proven ourselves in terms of some of the contracts that we have actually done for the ministries and agencies, especially in Malaysia. But we are talking about future business growth. We cannot just be relying on what we do nowadays. And I think this is actually another big reason why actually here at Lima in terms of trying to secure new contracts from new players of the industry as well. And as I mentioned earlier, as a local company, we are as capable as the other global players in terms of offering our solutions, logistics and digital. And of course, while doing this, we want to further showcase our ability in terms of innovations as well as how we actually integrate ESG and sustainability requirements into our products, offerings, and solutions. And I think I want to highlight as well for FGV itself, FGV Transport Services in Berhad, we have been embracing sustainability in our operations. For transport itself, we actually been getting quite a number of our EV fleets, yeah? Quite a number of our fleets are actually powered by EV. This is actually a way of contributing to the sustainability environment in terms of ESG, giving back to the environment, doing our business, but at the same time protecting the environment as one of our pillars, also part of our sustainability roadmap for FGV Group as well in general. So we want to compete with the global players, but we want to have a competitive advantage. It's not just in terms of the product and services, innovations, but also embracing ESG and sustainability as a way forward.